Set to Love, Chapter 10, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction, written, voiced, and thumbnail drawn by me, EBRX. If you're wondering why the microphone sounds a little bit different, it's because I got a new one, as I mentioned in my last story. It's not as good, but it's all I have here, so this is what we're working with. But please enjoy. Set to Love, Chapter 10. The crisp night air carried a chill, and the moon, a silvery claw in the sky, silently watched through the window. A quiet promise of freedom, of solitude that was almost comforting in a way even the best company or shoujo manga could not provide. After leaving Luka's hotel room at 11, tired yet too energized to sleep, Marinette, or rather Ladybug, gave in and decided to go out for some fresh air. While old habits die hard, the lack of sleep in her youth would probably kill her faster. Not that she would do anything to fix that. Which is why she found herself perched on the edge of Shanghai Tower, the tallest skyscraper in China, and undoubtedly the highest place she'd ever summited to. Her legs dangled off the edge as she gazed out at the neon city below. It was a challenge to get up here this discreetly, so she had not bothered to try. Someone must have seen her, and she fully expected to wake up to videos circulating on Twitter by the morning. But she didn't care. So what if people knew she was in Shanghai? Well, if Hawkmoth found out... Don't think about that. He hasn't been seen in years. It's fine. Sighing, Ladybug opened her yo-yo and pulled up Duolingo. There was nothing like practicing Mandarin while she was suspended over a kilometer in the air. She hummed as she aced the lesson until she got up to the speaking activity, the most humbling section.
你好，女士.
The green owl chirped, judging her before she even pressed the tap to speak button. 你好，女士? She repeated into the yo-yo, only for an X to flash across the screen. Oh, come on! She groaned. She only had 2 hearts left and she was desperate to maintain her 4-day streak. Don't fail me now, Duo! She attempted again, stressing her mouth and carefully enunciating. 你好，女士. This was not good. Who on earth came up with tonal languages? Ladybug was just about ready to throw her yo-yo off the edge of the building, only stopping at the sound of a soft landing echoing behind her. Familiar. Close. Even in the largest urban jungle, she couldn't escape the liberating haze of the moon. Least of all the cats, who prowled beneath it as if drawn by its light. Your ni hao was perfect, but the last syllable of nusi has a falling tone. Cat Noir? Ladybug whipped her head around, eyes wide. How did you? Tracked you on my baton, he replied casually, sitting down beside her on the tower's edge. So you haven't left yet? His eyes are really pretty, she caught herself thinking. Don't think about that right now, Ladybug. No, not yet. It's, complicated, she admitted, her voice faltering. She genuinely didn't know what to tell him. Her emotions had taken a 180-degree turn today, from writing her resignation letter in the morning to spending time with friends. Well, mostly Luka, and suddenly not wanting to leave. Of course, Adrien Agreste firing her was still a possibility, but if it hadn't happened today when he talked to her, maybe it wouldn't happen at all, right? Then again, this was Adrien Agreste. She wouldn't put it past him to be two-faced. He was so hard to read. Him and his silly, stupidly attractive model face. His looks were the only thing going for him. Personality? In the trenches. So Duolingo, huh? Cat Noir said, glancing over at her screen. Yep, she replied, her fingers tapping through the last few questions. She glanced up at him. How are you so good at Mandarin? He seemed pretty decent at ordering Tangaloo the last time they met up as well. Cat Noir leaned back slightly. My father insisted that I learnt it for business. It's been, 12 years now of studying? Her eyes widened in surprise. What kind of business? She knew Cat Noir didn't have a normal childhood. He was some type of rich by the way he led on, but she never pressed for more info because that would be dangerous. So you're fluent then? He gave a casual shrug, a small, knowing smile playing on his lips. After 12 years, you'd hope I'd be nothing less than fluent. Did she think learning more about him was dangerous because of compromising their identities? Or because she was scared that the more she got to know him as a person, the more she would fall for him? Wow, so humble, she teased, rolling her eyes. But as she did, she caught herself. She was slipping back into old habits again, wasn't she? Dangerous felt nice. He leans in closer. Humility is the foundation of all virtues, and I am virtuous, he declared with a palm on his chest. Well, Mr. Virtuous, what are your plans for tonight? She asked, tilting her head and raising an eyebrow. Depends on why you're asking. Ladybug shrugged nonchalantly. Well, why don't you put your Mandarin to good use and take me around the city? She suggested. Cat Noir straightened up. Oh? The lady needs an escort? He asked, his grin widening. She tilted her head away from him, giving a teasing look. If you're up for some late-night street food hopping, then I might take you up on that. He pushed up from the edge to stand. Deal, he said, taking her hand in his. His company was intoxicating. They ended up staying out a little too late. 1 a.m. to be exact. They sampled street food from every stall they passed and visited various tourist attractions. One attraction, in particular, featured panda sculptures in amusing poses, which was where they were recognized the most. Consequently, by the end of the night, hashtag Ladybug and Cat Noir in Shanghai was already trending on Twitter with photos of them striking embarrassing poses around the sculptures. Cat Noir, scrolling through his baton, pouted as he glanced at the screen. Why are we at 100k on Twitter but only have a handful of posts on Weibo? Ladybug shrugged. We're probably being mistaken for cosplayers here. Ladybug and Cat Noir have no real reason to be in China, and we might not be all that popular here anyway. She sipped on a peach iced tea they bought from a convenience store, while Cat opted to put ice cream in soda, insisting it was an Instagram hack and not something he discovered while champagne drunk after a city gala. A shame, he nodded. Oh, the Ladybug has an update, Cat said, pulling up the article. Ladybug and Cat Noir spotted together for the first time in 2 years, mounting panda statues at midnight in Shanghai, China, 20 minutes ago. Whoa, Alya Césaire is still really onto us, Cat commented. Well, it's 7 p.m. there right now, so it makes sense, Ladybug replied, now scrolling through Douyin on her yo-yo, an app Cat, of course, convinced her to download. Her algorithm had quickly been taken over by thirst traps. And she wasn't complaining. She paused on a video. Oh, she's so pretty! Cat glanced at her yo-yo. Why do you only get recommended those kind of videos? I like hot people. Oh? Well, for your information, I was named the second hottest French bachelor 3 years ago. Uh-huh, second, she teased. That was all their relationship was now. Just playful banter. If this night proved anything, he wasn't serious with her anymore. He couldn't be. Not after she had left him for so long. My lady! Are you dismissing my achievements just because I came in second? She poked his shoulder. Yes, because you lost to Adrien Agreste. Sorry, Kitty, but I have eyes. Eyes for me or for Agreste? Her heart fluttered. Of course she had eyes for cats. More than just eyes. He had her heart. But Ladybug masked it. If she was good at anything, it was putting on a mask. Neither. Not in that way. Oh? Your cheeks seem to say otherwise. Okay, maybe she wasn't so great at masking. Well, it's getting late. Or early, more like, so I'd better get going. She started, turning slightly as if to leave, but Cat Noir quickly stepped into her path. Hold on, when will I see you again? He asked. She hesitated, her eyes darting between him and the bustling city below. What about tomorrow? She suggested. Tomorrow? He echoed, raising an eyebrow in surprise. She took a small step back, her fingers fidgeting with the string of her yo-yo. Yeah, why don't we see each other more often? Like, catch up and explore more of Shanghai together. I don't know when, or if I'm leaving, but this could be like a daily thing? Like how we did with Daily Patrol, but obviously this time it won't be a patrol per se, 'cause there's no Hawkmoth in Shanghai. I mean, not right now, at least. Or anything really, if you want to. That is, I don't want to pressure you. As she spoke, she felt herself rambling. She could feel her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. Yeah, I'd like that. But why not tonight? Cat Noir asked, stepping closer to her as if to catch her attention. Oh, right, it's morning already, she realized, laughing nervously as she looked up at the stars. The sky still dark, or as dark as it could be with all the light pollution. Yes, tonight, I mean. It's still dark out, so it's confusing me, haha. More like sleep deprivation. Cat Noir's eyes softened. Cool. So, tonight? Yep, tonight, she confirmed, tightening her grip on her yo-yo and taking a step back, preparing to leave before becoming more confused and making a bigger fool of herself. Bug out! With a quick, fluid motion, she leapt off the edge of the tower. As she swung away amongst the neon buildings, she could feel her heart pounding in her chest. Dropping back into her hotel room through the window, Ladybug quickly detransformed. She landed silently on the floor, body slamming her bed with no intention of getting up. But that plan was compromised when her phone, now beneath her, which she had left on the bed before, beeped with a new notification. She picked it up and saw an email that had come through. Good morning. All cast and crew are invited to Thousand Delights restaurants for our team greeting dinner on Friday at 9 o'clock. Formal dress. Kind regards, Adrien Agreste. So he took her recommendation, huh? Marinette thought, her eyes widening as she noted the formal dress requirements. She hadn't packed any formal wear. And the call time today was 7 a.m. She only had 4 hours to sleep and get ready. Tiki, what am I going to do? When will I find the time to buy a dress today? She fretted, getting up to pace around her room. Marinette, it's early in the morning. You need to get up at 6. Don't worry and just go to bed. Tiki scolded, fluttering around her in agitation. Don't worry, Marinette muttered to herself, her mind racing. I wonder if Cat Noir would be okay with us going shopping tonight. Ask him later. Sleep! Tiki insisted, flying over to turn off the lights and gently nudging Marinette towards her bed. Okay, I get it. Marinette surrendered with a sigh, sinking into the bed as Tiki settled beside her. So her relationship with Cat Noir was healing. Adrien Agreste was being somewhat nice to her, if not completely neutral, she supposed. Luka, too, was getting closer to her than ever before. Things were going pretty well in Marinette's social department. Unlike in New York, which was an internship, nothing short of hell. Not that she liked this lame excuse of a director at all, by the way. For now. Thank you so much for listening. That was Set to Love Chapter 10. We are back on the roll. It's pretty good. I'll keep this outro short and sweet because I need to have a shower before my roommates come home. Please tell me what you think in the comments. If you have any favorite quotes, please put them down in the comments as well, because there's a lot of snippets in here that I really, really like, and I want to see if you guys like them as well. But thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!